Good morning, Muscatine. I do promise you right off the bat, we will have warmer weather this weekend. I know it's a little cold. Don't get disappointed. There's going to be sunshine, I promise. But don't get me wrong, when I saw that it was 27 degrees and it felt like 13, that was crossing the line before Halloween. You know, Mother Nature, keep the snow up north. Let Greg Bach, if you guys remember him, he's been posting pictures of snow. He can have it. I hope he's watching. You can keep it. I promise. We don't want it right now. You can have all the snow you want there, Greg. Before I get started, of course, I've got to say thank you to our sponsors, Hy-Vee, Unity Point Health, and Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rival Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, Bayer of Muscatine, and Muscatine Walked-In Alzheimer's. Now, as a mom, I have a 2-year-old, and people are always warning me about these 2-year-old molars, and one is coming in now, and my goodness, having a child that has a 2-year-old molar coming in, and then we went to urgent care yesterday. He's got a double ear infection and strep. By gosh, he's going to have all the cuddles in the world this week. And oh, these are some sleepless nights. And I remember Tony always talking about it with his kids and warning me that the 2-year-old molars are probably what has to be the worst experience. So fingers crossed this is a very smooth week, and maybe the other one will just pop up sooner than later so we can just knock them both out, because my goodness, I cannot wait to take a nap later on today. Something that will be coming up on October 20th is from 8 to 10 a.m. is the Pet Food Pantry that is happening. It is on the corner of 4th and Sycamore Street here in Muscatine. This will allow residents to attend the Pet Food Pantry first and then head on over to the Food Pantry at MCSA. I will remind you again that this is happening for the Pet Food Pantry this week. We are going to dive right in. I have 2 awesome guests today. And to start, we are going to talk to Pat from the Pilot Club of Muscatine. Good morning.
Good morning.
So quickly introduce yourself and just tell us what you do here in Muscatine.
Well, I am Pat Castle. I'm the current president of Pilot Club of Muscatine. We are part of an international organization, a service organization established in 1921 on this date for women initially, and we have opened up to men in the 1980s. We, again, are a service organization focused on improving the communities throughout the world, and we have 6,000 plus members, and we have a youth division of Anchors and Compass. Compass is for young adults who are wanting to get into the service organization area. We have been in Muscatine since 1961. We raise money and we give it away.
Well, congratulations on your anniversary for this.
Thank you.
And that is a perfect day to talk about it. Wonderful. And so recently you just donated to the Muscatine Ag Center. And can you talk to us a little bit about what you donated it towards?
Yes. Our $2,500 donation went to the Writing for Success program, which was established about 6 years ago and located at the Muscatine Ag Center. It is a writing program for children and adults with special needs, and these could be cognitive, they could be physical, emotional needs, and the design of the program is really to help these kids and adults establish, first of all, physically core strength, but also to learn to work with their environment, to get a respect for animals, to get some writing experience, learn new behaviors, and that's a big part of it, because you have to respect the animals in order to be successful. And their program, because it's 6 years old, is needing some new equipment. Some changes have gone on over time, and it's a wonderful program. However, sensory equipment wears out. Needs like getting individuals that are larger up on the horses. They were looking to possibly purchase a ramp with a lift system. They have ramps, but they need a lift system so that they're not requiring other adults to do quite so much of the lift. Right now they're using 2 adults to get individuals who need assistance up onto the horses. And so we started out with the possibility of being able to help them with that larger purchase, but we've found in doing the research with them that it has like tripled price-wise in the last six years. So we gave them the $2,500 because they are needing to replace some of their sensory activities for the individuals. And these are important because you have kids or adults who may have hearing loss, or they may have speech issues, may have low vision. And so they have stations set up within the rink so that the kids go through the procedures, or the adults, and they go to the station with the flashing lights, or they may go to the station that has the music. They may deposit rings, pick up rings from one place and deposit them at another location. So are there tools to help the kids learn, as well as coordination? And again, keeping them upright on the horses, getting that core strength established is really critical.
We were talking this before the show with my aunt having cerebral palsy, and that same type of program for Riding for Success, she did that years ago.
Right.
And for someone who never thought they would be able to ever ride a horse, it creates just such a memorable experience for them.
It does, and it's a bonding. Some of the individuals really need that bonding experience with another living being, you know, someone that they're responsible for, that they respect. And gosh, who wouldn't want to ride a horse, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's been years since I have, but yeah, you know, it's just such a neat experience, and being able to see and hearing other people too, what they do in regards to riding with horses, the care that happens between those two, and the bond that they have to create. And those horses have so much patience with, you know, different people that they meet every single day as well.
That's right. And individuals need to learn to respect those horses too, and it's a good experience all around.
And when it comes to the fundraising that you put into it, what are some of the different examples that you guys have done with Pilots Club for fundraising?
Well, recently we just did Scratch Cupcakes fundraising, and we had a Together We Care program, which is something kind of new with Applebee's.
Okay.
And they host fundraisers if you come in on a Tuesday night that they're fundraising, and you have to pre-sign up, of course. Then your club gets 50% of the profit from food items purchased off of a special menu. And we had a very successful first one, and we will plan to do that again later this next year. We also do holiday cookie sales at Christmas time. We do puffin sales in the spring around Easter time, and those are real popular. They're easy to bake, quick in the oven, and yummy. And then we do some in-house fundraising as well. We may have raffles. We have what we call a quarter auction, which the members purchase chances to win a basket of something, or you know, a flower, whatever the committee presents for that evening. So we have a variety of fundraisers. We also are doing the bingo concession stands for the Masonic Temple.
Okay.
So we do their concessions. They have bingo twice a month down at the Masonic Temple, and we do their concessions, which is a fundraiser for us. It's pretty easy to do. It's not real hard.
And for all of these fundraisers, what are some of the areas that the Pilots Clubs has donated to in regards to those?
Okay, well, we have donated a variety of places over the years. I've been a member 40 plus years. So over the years, we've donated to the fire department, to the police department. If anybody remembers the Freddie the fire truck that the police department or the fire department had, that's an educational tool. We bought the original one for them, so it's a long time ago. We have donated to Senior Resources, to Harmony Place, which is a home for individuals who have special needs out on Harmony. And we've also just recently made a donation to, again, over time, changes happen. They needed new landscaping, concrete work, that type of thing. So we made some donations to upgrade their facility. The original donation to that facility was for their track lift system in the house, so that individuals who needed to be assisted getting out of bed rather than risking staff injury, they had slings and they were lifted on a track system to the bathroom or to their wheelchair, in bed, out of bed, that type of thing. We also fund Special Olympics. We support them. We worked with the Easter egg hunt for the special needs kids. Senior Resources, we have bought them furniture and window blinds, and we go in and do activities at some of the other facilities as well. one of the big things that we do, because part of our focus is on individuals with mental and brain injury conditions. We have a support group that we sponsor once a month for those with brain injuries, and we will be also working with, just had a brain injury moment here myself. No, be working with them to expand services to them as well. And we have done what we call pick-me-ups. And this is geared to the caregivers for individuals who may need another person to help them, whether it's a brain injury or a long-time health problem, or it could be teachers, could be the fire department, it could be the social workers. We give them a little gift just to let them know that they're respected and they're thought about, and we appreciate all the care that they give to individuals who need them. Because sometimes we forget about the caregivers who do a lot of that. So that is a focus for us as well. And we have a group called Brain Minders, which is an educational program that's established through Pilot International. And it's originally was started to focus on teaching children about protecting their brains. And we have now expanded that program so it now includes subjects like bullying, which is a really big issue these days, but it talks about other types of safety as well. And we've expanded it into the seniors as well. We have games and activities that we can take to senior centers and to nursing facilities that we can work with individuals to improve their stimulation, help them with memories, and keep their cognitive levels elevated. We also do memory books, which is what we call cut and paste. We take magazines and pictures and put them together in a flip notebook where they can take the page out and they can have a group discussion at, say, the nursing facility about flowers or fall or whatever the pictures happen to be. And then they can also use the notebooks individually just to look through and kind of reminisce. So again, it's geared to individuals with some cognitive needs. Stimulate those memories, stimulate conversation. So we do a variety of those kind of things because that is a big focus for Pilot International.
I feel like I just got hit with a novel of amazing and incredible information that we probably should have had this whole list. It's like one of those scrolling lists as you're talking so people can visually see all of the incredible things that Pilot Club of Muscatine
We're
does.
a very well kept secret, believe it or not. As I said, we have about 30 members, and we have been around the community for a long time. Some people know Pilot Club really well. That name rings a bell. And to others, we're kind of, new.
Yeah.
We always are welcome to new members, and we're around and out in the community, and sometimes people don't realize what we're doing.
You're that secret hidden gem of Muscatine that you're there without even knowing you're there.
That's true.
You're always around.
Right, always around.
And for maybe that someone wants to get involved within the Pilot Club of Muscatine, what is the best way to get a hold of someone to get more information about the club itself?
I am welcome to talk to anyone who would be interested, and we invite people to call us. My number is 563-571-0029, and if you give me a call, if I don't answer right away, just leave me a message and I will get back to you. As I said, we're always interested in new members, both men and women. Although my husband tells me he doesn't have to join because he does enough as a co-pilot. But we welcome new members, and we have monthly meetings. We are at the Musser Public Library. Our monthly meeting is the first Thursday of every month.
Okay.
And we usually have dinner, and then we have a program. And so if anybody's interested in learning more about Pilot Club, we'd be glad to visit with them and invite them to come and check us out.
And I know that you've used the community calendar on Discover Muscatine, so I've seen that as well, so people can always find more information about any of the monthly events that take place.
That's right, and we do have a website on Google, so if anybody is interested in checking that out, perfect as well.
Easy place. Perfect. And I really want to kind of end with the understanding of what is the mission statement of Pilot Club of Muscatine that you want to make sure people understand.
Well, our mission statement is to improve the communities in the world, and we can always start right where we're at in Muscatine and our surrounding areas. One of the other areas that I didn't mention when we talk about youth improvement and youth support is that we also give scholarships to high school graduates annually, usually 2 to 3 scholarships, and these are for seniors that are going to be attending Muscatine Community College, or maybe a first-year student at the college and needing assistance for the second year. So again, we like to let our youth know that we are out there and to apply for those scholarships because school is important.
Well, I appreciate everything that you do and what Pilot Club does, and congratulations again on the anniversary for today. And is that the international anniversary?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. That is a wonderful day to celebrate.
Right, it is our Founders Day, so.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on and for everything that the Pilot Club of Muscatine does within our Muscatine community.
Thank you, Autumn.
Perfect. We are going to take a quick break, and then we are going to talk about why being outside, maybe not today so much, but a great way to de-stress. We'll be right back.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.
And we are back. So we are going to talk about why getting adventurous is beneficial for your health, and especially being outside. Like I said, maybe not today with it being 28 degrees outside, but let's just say this weekend's a great example. And I think I have someone here that is going to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
So first off, let's talk about, just introduce yourself and what you do actually here in Muscatine.
Sure. My name is Phil Weiss, and I live in rural Muscatine County. I'm a self-described Muscatine County boy. We have kind of a hobby farm, tree farm, real close to Wildcat Den.
Okay.
I actually work in Bluegrass. I sell RVs at Premier RV in Bluegrass, Iowa, but just love the outdoors. From the time I was in Boy Scouts and now an Eagle Scout, grew up camping and fishing and hunting and just trying to be outside every chance I could get.
Okay. So what really what inspired you to just say, hey, I want people to know about, adventure is out there and it's time to get people aware of it?
On my desk at work, I have a little plaque, Adventure Awaits, and it kind of gave me the idea for this column. Just getting outside, breathing the fresh air, exploring new places. It just feels good. Depression runs in my family, and I noticed that being outside more, it just helps. It made me feel better. I had battled depression for a while, and the more time I spent outside, the better I felt. So mental health-wise, just being outside, being around wildlife, exploring new places, it made a big difference for me. But I just wanted to encourage other people to get out too. We are so blessed to live here in Muscatine. We have so many beautiful parks and places. We have friends come from the East Coast, West Coast. I have friends from all over the world, and when they come, they want to go down and see the Mississippi, and I take it for granted. We're 5 minutes from the Mississippi from where we live, and rarely do we go down there and just watch the barges go by or, dip my feet in the river. We live real close to Wildcat Den too, and we do take a lot of friends to Wildcat Den. And every time I just ask myself, why don't I spend more time here? It's so beautiful, and friends come down, and that's the first place they want to go. We have the Deep Lakes on the south side, just a lot of great campgrounds. Probably one of the prettiest parks, I think, in the world is our city park here. It's just beautiful. When I did work in Muscatine, I used to take lunch breaks, especially this time of year. And I know it's cold out there, but not too cold to sit in your car and have lunch in Weed Park.
That is true, yes.
The leaves are beautiful, and just parking there, having lunch, just enjoying the colors of the leaves. I don't know, we're just really blessed to live here. There's just a lot of natural beauty, and hopefully with my column I encourage people to get out there and explore Muscatine, the surrounding areas, and just get outside more.
And speaking of your column, so you had talked about the National Recreation and Park Association and saying what is kind of that recommended amount of day-to-day of being outside?
That's so on the website they have a lot of really good information about time spent outside. I would tell viewers anytime, any amount of time that you can spend outside is going to be worth it. You know, I think recommendations is 20 minutes. If you can spend 20 minutes a day outside, it just kind of helps melt the stress away. You know, people's stress levels are up, anxiety levels are up. You know, you have inflation, you have, you know, what's going on over in Ukraine, you have all these world events, and then, you know, rising costs here. And so people are stressed out, their anxiety levels are up. But 20 minutes a day, just getting outside for a short walk, you know, if you're, you know, not very mobile, maybe get in your car and drive to Weed Park, put the windows down, enjoy the leaves, maybe park up overlooking the river, have a sandwich, or just sit there with a drink and just enjoy it. That just seems to help. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning, or when I get off work, I'll go outside, just do some stretches, some deep breaths, and yeah, you can just feel the anxiety and stress melt away.
We were just at Discovery Park this past Sunday for the Muscatine Diabetes Project walk, and seeing the colors. I remember you said that in your news article, you were just recently in Colorado.
Yep.
And then coming back, you're like, oh, I don't want to leave, but yet I want to come back to Muscatine because of all of the, and I'm going to say it, the autumn fall colors.
Yes.
With all the reds, the yellows, and the oranges. It's so beautiful.
It is. Colorado is awesome. I have a sister out there, a sister-in-law and brother-in-law that live out there, and we try to get to Colorado at least twice a year. And even though I'm a little out of shape, okay, maybe a lot of out of shape, I love hiking, being outdoors. So got a couple of really good hikes in up in the mountains, and the leaves were beautiful. The yellow aspen leaves, and you know, some of them were starting to turn orange, but mostly yellow, and it was gorgeous. But then I was thinking, like, all the reds and bright oranges and bright yellows that we have back here, we don't have the mountains in the background, but our leaves probably are a little prettier. Sorry to people from Colorado. But no, it's beautiful here. And what did Mark Twain say? There's no more beautiful, or the most beautiful sunsets in the world set over Muscatine, Iowa. And I would also say that I think we have the prettiest fall foliage here too.
Between Weed Park, Wildcat Den, Discovery Park, and then even just going down to Riverfront, I always love watching the eagles. So it's just so majestic, just seeing all of them go through there.
It really is. It's and out where we live, if you drive down some of the county roads, you'll see wildlife, the deer, the turkeys. You'll see the eagles flying, the hawks. Our wildlife is really rich here in Muscatine County, and it is. It's really pretty to see those birds and just enjoy the wildlife.
And you were talking a little bit about, in the sense of kind of the stress and what you personally had gone through in your life. Was it just the outdoors that kind of helped with your mindset, with stress levels and understanding even stress management?
For me, it was both. You know, I've overcome a lot. You know, depression runs in my family, like I said, and you know, there's other help. If people are, you know, if people struggle with depression, I'd always say go get help. You know, from somebody. But to help manage it, getting outside, enjoying it. I remember, well, another struggle I overcame was addiction. You know, I overcame addiction to drugs and alcohol, and I never thought I would share that with people in Muscatine because I was kind of embarrassed and ashamed of you know, of what I did. But now I work with people with addiction, you know, help them overcome addiction to alcohol and drugs, and you know, I realized addiction's a disease like cancer. If somebody has cancer or diabetes, you know, you almost feel sorry for them, but somebody with addiction, you don't. It's like, why are they doing that? But there's help, there's a cure. Just like there's cures for other diseases, there's a cure for addiction, you know, whether it's working the 12 steps or going to a meeting or you know, going somewhere for help. And probably the greatest achievement in my life was overcoming that, you know, that addiction. But it really made me grow. And I remember, you know, when I hit rock bottom and realized I needed to get help, I spent time sitting outside. I remember sitting outside on a bench in a park and just listening to the birds, and like they didn't have a care in the world, right? And it was just so peaceful. And I realized, like, gosh, life is just worth living. You know, if God looks after the birds, He's going to look after me. And that was really the start of kind of overcoming a really dark time in my life. And I can tell you today, I have a life today that I never would have imagined or dreamed of back then. So the outdoors, I just love being outdoors, enjoying life. Life is an adventure. You know, back when, you know, I you know, was struggling with addiction, life wasn't so enjoyable. You know, it was pretty dark. And I just realized that being outside, like, life is so good. I am so blessed, you know, good friends, good family, you know, the beautiful outdoors. And I think every time I'm outside, it's just a reminder that, yeah, life is worth living. Life is good. And we're just so blessed to live in Muscatine, where we have, you know, a beautiful, beautiful, you know, the great outdoors here. So we're just very fortunate.
I congratulate you on telling your story because, so I'm a nutrition coach, and I was a smoker and an alcoholic, and where my life was, just like what you said, where it was even 4 years ago, never did I imagine my life be one in this seat,
Yep.
but then owning a gym and being a nutrition coach. But people need to hear your story to maybe trust you, believe you, and to help, like, you become a guide and a mentor now.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, I turned 40 last year, and when I turned 40, actually about a year and a half ago, my birthday present to myself was going to get help. You know, I had been a drinker for the last 18 years and drank probably too much. And I think because of the depression, you know, I had actually turned to drugs a while back as well. And, you know, I think when people drink too much, when you're an alcoholic or you're an addict, you realize drugs and alcohol aren't the problem, it's up here. And I think I had a lot to work through. But I just couldn't keep going the way I was going. You know, I hit rock bottom. I didn't know how to get help. I think that's why I struggled for so long. You know, when you're struggling with, you know, drug addiction, or, you know, you can't control your drinking, you know, who do you go to? You don't want to tell people. You don't want to get in trouble. You know, we're prideful people, right? We want people to respect us. And even after I got help, I went to treatment. Best decision I ever made in my life. But when I got out, you know, I started going to some meetings in the Quad Cities. And the reason I went to the Quad Cities, even though I live closer to Muscatine, is I didn't want people in my community to know that I had struggled with drugs and alcohol. But I ended up going to a meeting here in Muscatine and walking into a room and realizing I was not alone. There's so many people here in Muscatine that are either struggling or have overcome, you know, their addiction. And it was just really cool. And so I started getting involved. Now I work with people with, you know, struggling or overcoming, you know, either alcoholism or addiction to drugs. And it's awesome. So I think when I got clean and sober, there were people that helped me overcome it. And my life, again, today is so much better than it was back then. And so now the gift they gave me, I want to give that away too. You know, it's just, again, life is awesome, which is why I'm excited about this column. You know, adventure awaits for all of us. You know, if you're struggling with addiction, getting outside, you know, enjoying it. There's other help, you know, too, but I think when we're outside and we're enjoying, whether it's the fall foliage or, the water flowing down the Mississippi or just taking a hike through Wildcat Dun, you realize how precious life is and how lucky we are to live it. And live it to our fullest.
Yeah, you have no idea how strong you are, but right now by just everything you just said is now actually out, and it's not just in the groups now. You have the confidence built, you have an amazing support system now, and now you become people's support system. And the most important part you talked about was the mental health of it, because the mental health is truly the foundation to being able to create your healthy lifestyle and be able to go onto the journey that you want to be on.
Oh.
Because if that's not there, then everything else you're doing could fall apart.
No, absolutely, you're right. There's a lot of really good help out there, and I know I've talked to people that are struggling with mental health, and taking that first step is the hardest part. People don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you end up, like I said, if you end up with cancer or diabetes or another disease, you tell people, and people support you, maybe encourage you. Oftentimes people will feel sorry for you, but again, when it comes to mental health or addiction, people kind of shy away from that. Think, oh, they're the problem. They don't have it together, and it's just that mentality. But I struggled a lot longer than I should have because I didn't go get help, and because I didn't reach out, and because of my pride. I didn't want people in my community knowing that I struggled with drugs and alcohol or with mental health. But again, I reached out to the right people, and I did the right things. There is a cure for addiction. There's help if you struggle with depression and anxiety, and I think I'm a living, breathing example. And like I said, there was a point in my life I didn't know if life was worth living because I was so depressed, and because I was at rock bottom because of the things I was doing, and again I got help, and thankfully because of a lot of other people that helped me, overcame it. And again, today I have a life that is, I never would have imagined the life that I have today, and never would have imagined writing a column about getting outside and melting your stress away with just spending 20 minutes a day outside. And hopefully I can be an encouragement to people here in Muscatine and elsewhere, that there's help and there's a better life waiting for you.
And I look forward to reading more of your columns. I'm curious what you're going to do in regards to the lovely SNOW and recommendations on that, because I think people see it and they get so discouraged by it. So hopefully you can inspire and bring uplifting and the positivity about it. Right now, Greg can have the snow up.
I agree.
I don't want it yet,
No.
but I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's very pretty when it snows, but I agree. I'm not ready for it yet either. And Greg, you can keep it up there.
I'll have to be sure. Hopefully he's watching. If not, I'll have to tag him in this and remind him of his lovely snow pictures. They are very pretty, though. It's the beautiful red trees with just that light little dusting. It's beautiful.
It is.
I do appreciate you coming on and really kind of just sharing your story and why this all came together. And I love the inspiration that you've already put on with everyone else that you've been working with. And congratulations on all your success too. Thank
you. I appreciate it. Look forward to sharing more with your viewers and everybody that gets Discover Muscatine. And if you ever want to reach out to me, please reach out to me.
What is the best way to reach out to you?
My cell number, 319-800-9709. The next article I write, I'll make sure to put my email and phone number there. If you just want tips on getting outside, places to go.
Or maybe even someone to go with.
Absolutely. I thought about that. Maybe even doing a group hike. It might be fun doing a group hike. Or not everybody is mobile either. My younger sister's in a wheelchair, and so it's very hard for her to get around. But going to Weed Park, there's places that we can push Letty around and get her around. When we were in Colorado, there was a park out there that had a trail system for wheelchairs too, which was really cool. So even if you're watching from home and you're not very mobile, or you're confined to a walker or there's still plenty of places to go. And you're not confined to your home. You know, you can get outside and enjoy the great outdoors as well. But yeah, I look forward to sharing it with you. And I didn't mean to come here and talk about, you know, addiction and so on. But if you're struggling with that too, reach out. I didn't know who to reach out to, and if you're struggling with that, reach out to me there. I can, you know, put you in contact with some good people, or get you hooked up with some good meetings. But you don't have to fight it alone. There's help, and I can tell you, for everybody out there, there's your best life is yet to come.
I think that's very well said. Well,
Great.
again, thank you so much for coming on and telling your story. And like I said, congratulations on all your progress. And I cannot wait to share more about your Adventure Awaits columns and your articles. So please keep us updated and give us I think doing the group hike is a great idea.
I will plan one.
Perfect.
We'll plan one.
Yes, please do. And just let us know and we'll get this going for you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much. Join me tomorrow. I will have Diana Broderson on with me, so we will talk with her at 9 a.m., so tune in live. Until then, stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
Hi, I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota of Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment